Number one is an identity amplifier. You need to pick an identity, not a destination. One of the biggest issues when you're young, people always ask, what do you want to do? Rather than actually thinking, who do you want to become? So one of the things I do every year is I write down the actual character traits in terms of the person I want to be next year, so I can evolve into the next level of me. So if anyone who here likes video games, for example, if you look at something like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, what you're trying to do is actually take that same approach from video games and take it into real life and level up your character. Now, why this is important, your identity in your 20s will shape your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your outcomes, which will define exactly where you are when you're in your 30s. And if you look at anyone who's successful, before they got to the next level, what do they have to do? They had to focus on the actions before the outcomes to get to the next level in life. You have to step into becoming the person who can achieve the thing before you actually achieve the thing. What most people are trying to do, which is why they get stuck, is they're trying to shortcut the process and get to the end destination without actually going through the process of becoming the person who can achieve the thing. And ultimately, that's where you have to think about a simple framework, which is be, do, have. A great example of this is someone like Iman Ghazi. Iman created a character of who he wanted to become, and he became that character, and then he evolved into getting the success that he wanted. So the question I ask you, which you can drop in the comments, who is it you want to become? What are the character traits? What is the outcome? If you focus like that in the right steps, it then becomes inevitable you become successful. Rule number two, the compound equation. Skills plus time equals mastery. Basically like the 10,000 hour rule. And if you want wealth in your 30s, what you actually need to focus on is acquiring skills in your 20s. And here's a framework if you think about. MS times SS times TS. What does this stand for? And this is what defines success. Your mindset times your skill set times your tool set will define your success. And this is why you have to think about this process and get this aligned in your 20s, because it will set you up into position when you're in your 30s where wealth just falls in your lap. And ultimately, people don't get lucky, they get skilled. So think right now, what is the skill that you have a deficiency in that's going to make you the most money and have the biggest impact on your life? And if I was going to give an example from my own experience, the number one skill that has made me the most money and allowed me to have a life of time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom is direct response marketing. I know how to create copy, to create content, to create ads, to get response, to get someone to book a call, to buy the thing, and ultimately sell. And when you can do this, this is a superpower. And when you start to stack this with other superpowers like sales, running paid ads, you then have a force multiplier which will create generational wealth for you and for your family. So right now, pick one skill, what is your weakness, and focus on spending 30 to 60 minutes on mastering that every single day. And by the way, if you're in your 20s or early 30s and you want to scale an online business, I put together everything I've learned from direct response marketing in the free course, which is called our 5C method. You get free access below this video. Rule number three, external focus matters. You need to master your environment. You have to remember your environment builds your future, wait for willpower it actually does. And if you think about this in a lot of respects from a process of elimination, if you remove distractions from your environment and the only option you have is to do the work, you do the work, and if you do that for a period of time, what happens is you become successful. Now, essentially, what do I mean by your environment? Your habits, the people you hang around, your daily routine, all these things are going to take you one of two ways. Towards where you want to be or who you want to be, or away. There's never going to be a neutral situation. And if you look at everything you do for every single day right now, it's either getting you in better shape, making you in worse shape. It's either making you more money or costing you money. It's either going to be building your social media audience and your brand or potentially taking away from it. And a great example of probably the biggest inflection point in my life in terms of changing my environment was leaving the UK and going to Dubai. So for me, I was a big fish in a small pond, and then suddenly I'm a small fish in a massive pond. And where this completely changes your concept in terms of the law of exposure, when you're exposed to extreme success every single day, like the degenerate who lives on my road with 7 supercars, who goes past with his Lamborghini Aventador every time he films these videos, it reminds me there is no shortage of resources in the world. It's just a lack of resourcefulness of you to go and get them. So what is an effective way for you to apply this rule? Is to audit the 5 people who you speak to the most. Look on your WhatsApp, who comes up as suggested you message the most. Are they in a position in life you want to be in? If not, they're probably not the person you should be communicating with consistently. You want to remove yourself from environments that keep you stuck, and you want to take anything that's negative in your environment as far away as possible. So whether it's that you have to geographically move, or you maybe have to potentially distance yourself from maybe family members, you can love people at a distance, and that's fine. And if you're a guy in your 20s and you're getting distracted, or people constantly trying to get you to go out, waste your time, all this types of BS, if you speak to someone who's really successful in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, and you ask them to go back, would they change those things? 100% yes. because they know the compound effect of maybe poor decisions they made then could dramatically accelerate exactly where they are right now. And that's where the decisions you make when you're younger have a much more powerful impact than you could ever imagine.
If you enjoyed this clip and you're a business owner, content creator, or coach, and you want help in terms of exactly how to scale your business to the next level using ads, AI, VSLs, setters, and building teams to basically monetize your business and monetize your knowledge, but without you having to press all the buttons, it has never been easier than before. What we can do is we can walk through the whole process in terms of how we're doing this over and over and over again with content creators, with business owners. If you hit the link at the bottom of this video, you can book a call with us and the team. We can audit your whole business, show you where the bottlenecks are, and show you exactly how we can scale. And if we think you're a good fit to work with us, we can show you what that looks like too.